What's up, everybody? It's Meech. You're tuned into On the Radar, where we cover health, fitness, and tech. All right, so you know by the title, you're here for this reason, the best black seed oil of 2020. So we're going to get into it. Now, I want to start off by saying all this information that I'm providing to you is fact-based. I will not be giving any opinions until the end when I tell you what black seed oil I recommend and why. This video is about comparing the listed information provided by these companies regarding their oil. All the information is based on what I can find on the bottles or the website. We should not have to go digging and doing extensive research when looking for basic information to figure out what black seed oil to buy. Nobody's doing that. I'm not doing it. You're not doing it. So let's just get that out the way. If it's not listed on the website or even most of us ain't even going to the website. Let's keep it real. If it's not listed on the bottle, we don't know. We don't know. So I laid out all the important information to be able to make a quick, informed decision when purchasing black seed oil. You can see for yourself how they compare in these categories and make your own decision on what to buy. I will provide the links to all of these different oils that I'm showing and that's on the chart. I'm going to talk about what's on the chart and why these categories are included. If you want to skip all of that and go directly to the chart, you can go into the description and click the link to my website. It's ontheradar.com. You'll be able to refer to this chart whenever you want to whenever you have a different black seed oil. There's always going to be somebody that says, well, what about this one? You didn't talk about this one. Can you review this one? What about this one? Is this one better than it? Listen, I can't do all that for you. You can do it yourself now because you can refer to the chart. You can size it up with all the, that information with everything else in the chart, all those categories, and you can make your determination if the black seed oil you have is as good as these or if it's just good enough that, for you to be using. You can make your own determination to see if it's good or not. So my website is still under construction, so definitely save it into your favorites and check back frequently because I will be updating it with tons of information and not just on black seed oil, but everything else, health, fitness, and everything else that, is on the radar. So welcome to the site. All right, so let's get into the chart and let's get into what's on there and why. Now, the first one, everybody knows TQ or thymolquinone, thymolquinone. There's different ways to say it, or we're just mispronouncing it. Doesn't matter. The TQ. All right, so thymolquinone, I know I'm saying that wrong, but listen, thymolquinone is the main active ingredient that people look for in black seed oil. It is an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound that may also have tumor reducing properties. That's the main thing we all check for. That is something that should be right there in our face on all of these bottles. Some have it, some don't. We'll get into that. Now, the region where the oil is from. This matters because different oil from different regions have different potency levels. I speak about this all the time. Ethiopian seeds are the strongest. And doing my research, I found that not even all Ethiopian black seed oils are the same. I have about 2 or 3 different ones. They don't smell the same. They don't taste the same. And so obviously it matters a lot exactly where it's from, what crop it's brought up in. We're not going to get all that information realistically. So I'm going to keep it real with you. The main thing you want to know, if you're looking for the strongest one, it should be Ethiopian, and we'll get into all that stuff. Is it cold pressed? The reason why that's important because cold pressing and what that is cold pressing the seeds are the preferred way to extract the oil from the seeds. There's an ideal temperature range that the pressing should occur to ensure that the quality of the oil is not compromised. Basically, if it's pressed too much or if it's pressed too high, the oil starts to burn, it starts to degrade, and it doesn't have the same potency. There is a standard range, and most companies, of temperature where you want to, press your oil. There's also other ways to extract oil from the seeds, but it's not, the best way to do it. Most companies not going to talk about or even verify how they do it. They're just going to tell you it's cold pressed. They're not going to talk about what temperature range and all. They're just not going to get into all that. And a lot of these companies don't even press their own oil, so they won't even be able to properly verify the temperature and all that. So this is why this matters. It's also common for many presses that, like I always talk about, to double press their seeds. And like I said, it brings down the quality of the oil. So all of that stuff, This is why that's important. The next one is there a freshness date on the bottle? This is important because you want to know how fresh your oil is. Has it been sitting on the shelf for 4 or 5 years, or was it just pressed recently and is still very much potent and fresh? That makes a difference. Do you really want to buy something that might have been sitting on a shelf for a decade? Think about it. You're putting this in your body. You wouldn't go get, freshly squeezed. You would want freshly squeezed lemonade or orange juice. You wouldn't want some orange juice that was squeezed 3 years ago and is just sitting on the shelf, right? Okay. Is it pressed in the U.S.? Most companies do not press in the U.S. and they don't even press it themselves. This is why it's important, because you have a better chance of regulating the quality control, where the seeds come from, how it's pressed. Like I said, it's a double press, all that stuff. If the company isn't doing it themselves, they don't even know what's happening. What happens is they just get the oil shipped to them and they're just getting whatever they're given. They don't really know. If it's pressed in the US, you have a much better chance of it going through certain rules and regulations and quality standards to make sure everything's done right. Does the oil contain sediment? Sediment is the crushed seed powder that's put back into the oil to make it stronger. Keep in mind that the seed is the more complete component than the oil, but the oil is easier to take and more versatile to use. Adding the sediment into the oil only makes the oil more potent. I only know of one black seed oil company that does this. The final one is, are there online documents to verify their claims? This is very, very hard to find. Most companies are not giving this information. And I only know one company that does. It's very important because it shows the transparency in the things that they claim. Companies will make claims of TQ, origin of oil, all that stuff. Our oil's from here, our oil's from there, the TQ level is this. But are they showing you the documents to prove it? That can be telling you anything. You know what I'm saying? So this does make a difference. Again, although most companies won't show it, I know one company that does. It makes a big difference. And I think more of us as consumers should be paying attention to those type of things, especially when we're consuming food or health things, because we're expecting these things to better our health. We're giving it to our kids and our family. We should, if something is saying that, it's potent for this reason, it's potent for that, we should be able to verify those claims. So that's pretty much it. So now I want to get into the chart and just go over what we see on this chart. So I have 11 different black seed oil brands. We have Bionatal, Amazing Herbs, Shea Terra, Maju, The Blessed Seed, Kiva, Heritage, Sweet Sunner, Natural Mints, and Pippin Rock. Now, this is not even all of the black seed oils that I have. Some of these, they're just not that good, and it just doesn't matter. But some of them, like Amazing Herbs, for instance, they have different ones. They have like the Egyptian one. The Blessed Seed has 4 different potency ranges, different oils. So I just went with the strongest ones because that's, the main stuff I'm focusing on, just the strongest ones, because then it'll just be too much. So that's just that. So as we can see from this chart, again, all of this stuff is information that I could find or not find. So if I could not find the information on the bottle or the website, and I cannot verify these claims, you're just going to see question marks. I was not going to the lengths of contacting these companies, asking them for this information. We're not doing that when we're in a store trying to decide which product we're going to buy. These things should be listed. So when it comes to TQ, and you guys can go through this, chart for yourselves. Like I said, you can go onto the website. You can, really analyze it and refer to it later. So I'm just going to kind of skip through here and there, just so we get an idea of what's happening here. So the TQ level, for instance, we see like Bionatal has the highest at 3.56. The Blessed Seed comes in at second with 3.52. You have other companies like Kiva and Heritage, Natural Mints, Pippin Rock. I couldn't find their TQ levels anywhere. Sweet Sunner, for instance, theirs varies, and it's because they use, basically a mix of oils, and I always speak about that. Maju and Shea Terra, you can see what they're significantly lower. than Bionatal and Blessed Seed, for instance. The region, as you know, we spoke about, Bionatal is Ethiopian oil. Amazing Herbs is Turkey. Shea Terra is Ethiopian. Maju is Turkey. Heritage and Pipping Rock, for instance, I could not find anything. It was very little information that I can find about their oil, and that was very concerning to me. The Sediment, there's only one company that has Sediment, that's Bionatal. Is it cold pressed? They all say that they are cold pressed. I would like to find information to verify that with all of these companies, as well as information on what their temperatures are. But as I said, a lot of companies, that even if they talk about it, they're not going to show you those documents. I wonder why, though. The freshness, for instance, Sweet Sunner, Natural Mints, Pipping Rock, Kiva, as you can see, there's in Shea Terra, there's no production dates on their bottle. Bionatal has a production date and an expiration date. Amazing Herbs has an expiration date but no production date. Maju has an expiration date but no production date. So you can see, okay, are these pressed in the U.S.? Bionatal, yes. Amazing Herbs, yes. Shea Terra, no. Maju, no. Again, Heritage, Sweet Sunner, and Pipping Rock, no information whatsoever. Blessed Seed, they don't press their oil in the U.S., but they are not based in the U.S. They're based in the U.K. So they're excluded from that. Glass bottles, they all come in glass bottles except for Pipping Rock, comes in plastic. And then, and the last one, do they provide documents to support their claims? The only one that I can find on the websites that boost or provide documents to support their claims is Bionatal. This is pretty much it. It's very straightforward. I have to say this again. All of this information, none of this is my opinion. None of this is made up. This is all information that you find on their bottles or on the website. So you can take this chart and you can determine for yourself, based off of the information, which one that you feel is better. Me personally, I rock with Bionatal. I feel like they are the one for me. I am an affiliate of theirs in total transparency, because I think they're the best and I want to bring people the best black seed oil. If you want to narrow it down to the top two would be Bionatal and the Blessed Seed. So I want to get into a little bit of that breakdown. So we excluded all of these other ones and we're talking about those two. So Bionatal, they claim 3.56 TQ level from Ethiopian seeds, and they put 5% of the sediment in their oil. This is what we can find on their website. This is what we know from, using their product. They also provide documentation on their website of the TQ testing, the seed shipment origin, and a lot more stuff. They show you the cold pressing and how they, the temperature. They show you pictures of the temperature. They give you a lot of documentation, a lot of information. And this is one of the reasons why I trust them so much. They do press their oil in the U.S. and they have a production and a use by date on their bottle. Blessed Seed, on the other hand, they claim that their oil is 3.52% TQ, but there's no mention anywhere of where the oil comes from, and there's nothing about the testing. There's nothing to back up what that, what their claims are. So if I'm gonna go, you can make your own decision. A little transparency, like I was saying, I am affiliate, like I said, of Bionatal. I just told you why. I will have links to all of these oils, and you can purchase whatever one you choose is best for you. There is a commission that I receive no matter which link you use. I get a commission for all of those links. Now, another thing is that I have to be very transparent about is I have spoken out against Blessed Seed oil in the past over false claims and some other things that I didn't really appreciate about their practices. I am in contact with the owner of the company, and they are working on clarifying and fixing some of those things that, so they've been addressing those issues basically. So I just want to throw that out there. And I just also want to say that none of that came into play when providing this information, because again, this is all just information that is provided. Any of us can look this up. You can look this up for your stuff for yourself and see. So I'm not making anything up. I'm not adding anything on extra. This is all factual based stuff. So there's nothing to compromise, my information here. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can take this information for yourself and you can determine what you want, what black seed oil is the best, what works for you, and just ask yourself, some of these questions. If like I said, also take this information and take, not this information, but take this thought process and apply it to everything else that you purchase, especially anything that you're consuming. You want to ask yourself, how can I verify the claims that these companies are making? I think we should hold all of these companies, anything that we're purchasing and putting in our body, we should hold these companies accountable and want to have them verify the claims. Is this stuff healthy? Are you getting it where you say it's from? Is it being done by the proper standards and all that stuff? So these things matter, but whole other video for a whole other time. Again, go to my website, itsontheradar.com. You can find other information regarding black seed oil, as well as you can review the whole chart for yourself. And that's pretty much it. Till next time, stay focused, stay fit. Please hit that like button, show your support. Definitely hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted the next time something pops up on the radar. Salute.